Good Sunday morning. Your time now is 9:29. I'm Christy Etheridge in for Faith Abube this morning. We've got Heather Tesh in the Weather Center. And Heather, it is like clear, and more clear. That's the most beautiful forecast I've seen in a while.
As I like to say, it's severe clear. Yes, we've got lots and lots of sunshine that's in store for us, not just today, but for the next several days. So mostly sunny skies right now. It's 48 degrees, and it is warming from our low out in the lower 40s, but what you'll find is that with those winds out of the northwest at 14, feels a bit colder than that. So there's a bit of a nip in the air this morning. We will be warming up though as we continue to progress through the afternoon, and you'll find those temperatures topping out pretty close to average for this time of the year. So mostly sunny today. It'll be breezy, and we'll find our temperatures in the low 60s. Average right now is 60 degrees, and our highs as we go through this week will be in the 60s. In fact, we're going to warm a little bit each day as we get toward the middle of the week. So here's a check now in the next several hours, and we will see, as Chrissy said, lots and lots of sunshine out there. Temperatures will be topping out in the lower 60s before they start to fall back down. And keep in mind that it's going to be cold tomorrow morning when you head back to work and school, so you'll definitely want to dress warmly for that. And I'll have more details on that coming up. Plus, we'll take a look at the week ahead, and there is a chance for some wet weather later on.
All right, thanks a lot, Heather. A Gwinnett County community is on edge after a man was shot when police say he caught criminals breaking into cars. Our Joe Hinkie is live just outside of Lawrenceville with the latest. Joe, the suspect's still on the run. How many people police say are involved here?
Well, that's right, Christy. We talked with Gwinnett County Police. They're looking for 4 men in total here. And I'm about a half block from where this happened. I'm going to step out of the way to give you a better look so we can zoom in here. That black truck is where we are told the shots were fired. Gwinnett County Police pointed out that there's at least 2 bullet holes now in that truck. Investigators tell us around 1 a.m. is when this happened near the intersection of Lexington Drive and Arlington Way here in the Yorktown neighborhood. 4 men are suspected of either breaking into or attempting to break into cars. Then a man living in one of the homes on Lexington confronted the group. Multiple shots were fired, and the man who came outside, we are told, was hit. Officers spent several hours out here investigating. Meanwhile, we talked to neighbors who are nervous as they're learning the details of what happened only a few doors down from their home.
I have 2 kids that live in the house. Like, the neighborhood has never been like this. I can't live here with 2 kids and people are breaking in my cars.
And that woman there told me she's lived here for 10 years up until this point. She actually left her car doors unlocked at night here in her neighborhood. She said that won't be happening anymore. The man shot last night. We are told he's at a local hospital in stable condition. The suspects Gwinnett County Police are looking for. So far, a detailed description of those men have not been released. Christy?
All right, thanks a lot, Joe. A good reminder, especially as people are bringing all of this merchandise home after these holiday shopping days, don't leave it in your car and make it easy for them. Thanks a lot, Joe. Well, an attempted robbery suspect is now dead, and the gas station clerk who shot him has been cleared of all charges. Douglasville police said 19-year-old J. Lateef Williams tried to rob a Chevron station on Bankhead Highway last Wednesday. The clerk was able to pull out his own gun and shoot Williams. The suspect was taken to the hospital where he died from his injuries Friday night. No charges will be filed against the clerk. The Spalding County Sheriff says a major marijuana supplier is now off the streets and behind bars. After a special operations investigation, 38-year-old LaTodd Weems is facing marijuana trafficking and possession charges. The Sheriff's Office says a SWAT team found 14 pounds of marijuana scales and packing materials at the home of one of Weems' relatives. The bust happened last week. Weems is currently on probation for a prior felony conviction. The Forsyth County deputy seriously injured when an alleged drunk driver slammed into his cruiser is now recovering at home. Deputy Rod Reeves was parked on the shoulder of Georgia 400 last weekend when it happened. Reeves was in the hospital ever since and is now facing months of recovery. His wife posted yesterday that he is back home with her and their 3 young sons. Lawmakers returned to the Capitol this week faced with a lot of unfinished business. The big ticket items are tax cuts, a potential government shutdown, and lots of leftover spending bills. There's only a 4-week window until the Christmas deadline. So the easy items here: an additional round of hurricane aid should be bipartisan, and efforts to reauthorize a popular health care program for children seem to be on track. The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is supposed to be above politics, but right now it's at the center of a big fight over who will be its next director. Morgan Radford explains why the president's latest move isn't helping reduce concerns about the agency's future.
Just hours after the agency's first director, Richard Cordray, stepped down on Friday, he promoted his chief of staff to a position that would put her in charge. But then President Trump fired back with his own appointment, saying Mick Mulvaney, the White House budget director, would oversee things, setting off a political firestorm. Mulvaney previously called the organization a sick, sad joke.
Some of us like to get rid of it because we don't like the idea of there being a non-accountable federal agency, which sets a terrible precedent.
His now rival, Leandra English, was there at the beginning, when liberal members of Congress like Elizabeth Warren created the agency in 2010 to protect against the illegal activity of big banks they say contributed to the 2008 financial crisis. The agency says it has returned billions to consumers and worked to simplify mortgages and other financial products.
We're making the home buying process easier, and we've made it safer for people to send money to friends and family abroad.
The agency has little congressional oversight and is independently funded through the Federal Reserve.
Is this agency isolated completely from Congress?
Well, they're funded by the Fed. So Congress, Republican Congress, certainly doesn't like that. So there's a lot of consumers and consumer groups concerned about how we're going to protect the average American.
By law, the deputy director serves as acting director until a permanent leader is named. The question come Monday, who will that leader be?
Good morning. Coming up on Meet the Press, are we at a national turning point on sexual harassment or not? President Trump stands by Roy Moore in Alabama while Democrats face their own crisis. Do they force out a popular senator who admits to inappropriate behavior? And do they force out their longest-serving House member? And what message are they sending to women if they don't? My guests this morning, House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi and Anita Hill, whose treatment nearly 3 decades ago in the U.S. Senate, after she accused Clarence Thomas of harassment, is now being reconsidered. Plus, do Republicans really want to go into the 2018 midterms having raised taxes on the middle class? I'll ask Republican Senator Rob Portman of Ohio. And did former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn just cut a deal to cooperate with the Mueller probe? And what could that mean for the Russia investigation? It's all ahead on Meet the Press.
All right, thanks very much. Well, it is a beautiful morning, but probably a good one to fire up maybe the fireplace and stay inside, enjoy your last holiday before getting back to work.
Well, and you know, a lot of people probably are going to spend today putting up their trees, some of those decorations for the holidays, maybe, you know, out shopping, that sort of thing too, of course, or maybe putting up outdoor decorations. And I think whatever you do, it's going to be nice. If you're inside, that sun's going to be shining in your windows, which is always nice. Outside, we're going to have temperatures that are pretty seasonable, 61. But it will be a little breezy at times, so that'll make it feel a bit cooler. But all in all, a very nice day. And for the next few days, we are going to see a lot of sunshine.
All right. Thanks a lot, Heather. Well, you might want to rethink using credit to pay for those holiday purchases. Why doctors say your brain makes it harder to get you out of debt.